All right. I'll start it out now. Well, we have no viewers, but we got to go classy for our boy Neville. Suit up and nice cigar to start the day. The manifested lighter that we got. Trying to make it like as entertaining as possible. Oh, and I'm going to upload a video right now for you guys. It's notifying me that I'm live right now. We will upload. Just need to make sure. Man, I took a lot of videos this past week. I think it's this one.
Welcome back, Mystic Man. Put the money in the thing.
Yep,
They got
that's
a
the
little
one.
bit of money.
I'm just titling up this video and putting the thumbnail on it so that way there's a video up today as well. And then I'm going to record some other videos, write down some topics you guys give me, as I always do. We may or may not have a special guest today. That's to be determined, but I think whoever comes in here, you will be surprised. Thank you to two of the viewers who may have found the special guest. Manifesting big money out of thin air, right? That's a good idea for it. Then I'm just going to do all this. What do you guys got? How's your week been? Tell me about something good, some kind of manifestation that's come up for you guys. And hold on, I think we're actually going to have everything right here. Perfect. I like this thumbnail too. The thumbnail is actually from a video that I did a while back. And actually, if we do get our special guest too, that's actually a manifestation success story for me personally. Manifesting out of thin air. Maybe I should have advertised this because it's been up in the air recently for when we're going to go live. So I'm going to put it on our community page. Let me do it off the phone. Actually, it'll be easier to go off the phone. That way we could share it to the other viewers. It usually takes about 2 minutes for people to start coming in. Usually at 15 minutes, that's when everyone starts coming in. And then right when I'm about to get off, that's when everybody's like, oh, stay on. So I'm going to put it on the community page right now. So if they don't get notified for this, you'll be able to see it that way. So tell me, what have you guys been up to? Who's in the live? Check off. Been having a lot of negative thoughts about manifestation after a month of being really good. Happens too this whole past week. We'll talk about negativity because this past week I spiraled off and a really, really negative week. It was not good, but I'll talk about how to deal with that. Hold on. Let's just share this so more people could come in. That didn't work right. All right, there we go. So being negative during manifestation and doubting it, and I still go through this all the time. It's like, even though I've had a lot of crazy success stories, which this week included, partially if we do get a special guest that I was considering, there is, we might actually have the special guest right now. This was a manifestation success story, but this whole week I went through a negative spiral of, on Monday, everything was good. Me and SP had a perfect day. Tuesday, Valentine's Day, she posted the flowers I got her, but took the card with my name out. Because like I said, we're unofficial, and it was kind of what I wanted and kind of what she wanted, but we wanted to be together, and we didn't want to be together, and it was a very weird situation. But now as time goes on, I'm catching the feelings again, which is kind of like this whole roller coaster of a thing. But I'm like, okay, well, let's prove manifestation. But instead of manifesting, I'm like, well, why didn't you post the thing with my name? This and that. And then I start a fight over it. Fighting is negative. Negative brings in more negative. Then I start remembering bad stuff that happened in our relationship. Then I start bringing that up. Then I'm spiraling. Then when I'm spiraling because of that, I go to work and I get in trouble the next day. They want to fire me the next day. And while granted, I don't like my day job, I can't stand it. It's like they want to fire me there. Then I'm in trouble every single day at work. And for bullshit too. It's not even stuff like, it's like things I've done before, but now all of a sudden they're a problem. So it's confusing me. Then I go to the gym, all crappy workouts. So that's even more negativity. So I'm spiraling down, down, down. I'm doing like my affirmations, and it's like, fuck these affirmations. They're bullshit. This is someone who teaches it and understands it and has used it before. And I'm like, fuck all this. I don't want to do it. And I was just too lazy. It's like I rather just react to the 3D. So I'm like, okay, I want this, I want that, and I'm just going to do this. So then by the time Friday comes, me and SP are doing good, and then like on the date, I kept slipping back into it. Oh, and then the worst part is I make a really positive thing at an okay gym session on Friday. So I go to the gym, and what do you call it? I make a little positive TikTok about, hey, you know, if you're having a bad week, go to the gym, get yourself together. You'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, look at me, my week's turning around because I knew I was going to have a good weekend with SP, all this shit. 5 minutes from the gym, I'm driving. And then, oh, good morning, beautiful. We may have a special guest popping in. And I just saw your message, so I'll get back to you later. But anyway, right as I'm trying to be positive, I make the turn away from the gym, pop, and then my tire pops. Brand new tires, $1,000 a couple months ago, brand new tires, pop my tire. And then I'm like, God damn it, now I'm going to be late for work. So then I pull the car off, driving down the rim for a while because there's nowhere to pull off. So I'm like, all right, I don't know if it's popped, but I feel like it is. Pull off, change the tire, get all that stuff going. And then I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. Hey there, Bia, how you doing? So there's a special guest. There's a manifestation success story. What's up, H? How you doing? We'll talk about revision in a second, too. We're finishing off when you have a negative week, and doubting the law. So even like I said, I'll doubt it at times, too. So, okay. Basically, like I said, I stuck on one negative thing because it was one little thing that triggered me because work was bothering me. And then all these things start stacking. And it's crazy how it goes negative, 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 negative. Each thing gets worse. They're not related. And then every aspect is negative. So what did I do? Okay, it's easy to change it when, okay, you're out with SP on the weekend. And it's like, okay, now you're decompressed from everything. But a certain thing will trigger you and remind you. And then you're like getting more into that negative space. And that's basically to recover from it. It's like, what did I do? It's like, well, I wound up booking my sessions for the week. Today I'm ready to go to the gym. Yesterday I had a talk with SP. I went to sleep. I went and visualized what I wanted. And one of the things actually they came up with that was a miracle was a couple days ago. And a positive spiral. Always look for the positives. There's always going to be one, but you're so wrapped up in the negative, you're going to focus on the negative spiral instead. So one of the positives was our special guest was brought up to me by some of the viewers of the channel. And then, no, she was, but this is actually somebody from the channel texting me because we were talking before this. But no, it's not SP. Every time you talk to me, she texted you. That's true. Because we had a history of talking about stuff where my SP had some breakthroughs, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say. So, but yes, she always would, and a lot of breakthroughs. And now she was actually just texting me right before this. I sent her a quick message, and then actually we were messaging before I jumped on the live. And as soon as I finished my messaging with you, it's like ding, 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 ding. There's all the messages. So it's crazy because you form like a natural like assumption towards something. Like you're not even purposely trying to do it. It's just like subconsciously, it's like, okay, I'm texting Bia. And then you want me to, is it Bia or Bianca? I was going to say, I don't know which one you're more comfortable with because I just seen Bia now. And well, I've seen it before, but anyway, so it's like she goes, so it's like my subconscious must have impressed every time. Okay. So it's like every time I see Bia's name in my head and we're talking, subconsciously it pushes out and it's like, okay, now you're getting SP's messages. Same thing actually happens with Inked. My subconscious impressed whenever I text Ink. It's like my SP will message me. So it is crazy how all that stuff works. And we're finally getting more people in here. And then H, you wanted to talk about revision. as I've said before, it's like revision is not, I mean, it's not that I can't do it. I've done it in other aspects, but it's preferably to me, like even Neville says, it's one of the hardest things to it's one of the hardest things to do because you're going to lay down in bed and you have to walk through your day but backwards and you're already tired from your day. Now you can revise something instantly, like I'll get negative news or like the time when, like as you guys know if you've been watching the channel for a while, I've manifested my SP back 6 times, and we talk about it's your not keeping your self concept will lose your SP. Focusing on other people will start clearing away, so it will remove the SP possibly, which is something else we saw with my story. So when revised traumatic moments or whole timeline, well, one of the things was when my SP told me to my face, she's like, "We cannot see each other. I don't want to be with you." Blah blah blah, and basically insinuating there was someone else in the parking lot, and it was like emotional time because she still had feelings for me. So it's like a tearful thing, but basically it's a final goodbye. Immediately I went to the car and it's like you're all like fucking heartbroken, like, oh no, 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 no. And it's like, no, this didn't happen. And then this was what actually happened. And she's only crying because that was how I flipped it. I took one positive. I'm like the tears in her eyes. I'm like, okay, that's the positive because she didn't want to let go. So I revised the story where it's like she was crying and she's like, I just need some time. And I'm like, and we'll be back together soon. And then that's the time. That was probably the third time I manifested her back, I think. And I wound up manifesting her back after that within a couple, 2 months, maybe. No, not 2 months, because it always has happened within 2 weeks. That's when I used Elmer's thing. So it happened within 3 weeks that time. And then the second time I did it happened within 2 weeks. And the next time I used it after that, that's around the time I met Bia as well. Because that's when I did that whole week of balls to the wall manifesting. As we're gonna get the shirts made, everybody too, because you keep asking about balls to the wall manifesting. We'll get the balls to the wall manifesting, but I went balls to the wall, fucking did the sleep technique and all those other things that I told you I was doing. And that's it. That was during that whole process. It's like you have to just revise it in an instant. So for me, that's the only time I've really used revision. A couple times I've laid down, went to sleep with trying to redo the day. But for me, it's just easier to go into the future, and then doing the future too, it seems to reshuffle the past too, because you're almost jumping to another parallel reality. That's how it's been for me. Let's see. Yeah, provision is too hard for me. I'll just manifest what I want because people change. Exactly, Ink. That's how I feel too. I think the biggest thing was you being super decisive about SP. Oh yeah. You said I want to get her, and you did. Yeah, it was like, well, when we first met too, I felt bad because I was like, I don't know what I want. Like at first I was like indecisive about it because at the beginning of the time we started talking, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like I was kind of drunk and stuff. I'm like, this makes no sense to me. I'm like, is she worth it still? And then towards the end of our time talking, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try. I was trying all these techniques. And then right when I was going, like, this is why I talk about the negative event usually precedes the good event, because I'm doing every technique and then you get slapped with third party. It's like, what the fuck? I did everything I was supposed to. And there's a third party and she's posting them and saying she loves them online. And then we met, we talked. And then it was like, that's kind of like the final breakthrough, which is why I talk about with sometimes you just need someone to talk to on the outside to tell you it's possible. Because at that time I was like 5 times. Or was that the 4th time I manifested? I don't know. It's like so many times, but it's like when I manifested her back, like I was like, no, you can't do it that many times. Every other time was just a fluke. Nope, wasn't a fluke. It was like you just needed someone to push you and say, cool, like here we are. We pushed through it, and there it was. Like I want to say it was 2 days or 3 days after me and Bia talked. That's when I ran into SP's friend at the gym. And I only met her once before. I barely knew who she looked like. I had an intuition that said this is the inspired action, where it's like, go talk to her, go talk to her, go talk to her. I reached out and I said, I reached out to her friend and I'm like, are you Lily's best friend? And she's like, yeah, I am. And she was, and you're Nick. And I said, yep. And I'm shaking and stuff because I understand manifesting, but I'm like, this is so stupid. This is not, I'm like, am I forcing the 3D? But I kept getting that urge to go talk to her, go talk to her, go talk to her. And then she said, she's miserable without you. I'm like, she's dating someone. She goes, no, she's not dating anybody. And everything was undone. It's like, how was it days ago? I love you, to they're broken up. The whole thing was on the rocks the whole time. She was like, as you guys know my story, she was seeing someone else the entire time, but she knew a guy for a year before me. and it was like that whole like thing where she would trade us, and like then it finally we got there, and yeah, she set up that fake little meeting where it's like, oh, we're gonna go to this bar, and then Lily's like, oh, that's Nick's bar, and then I don't really go. What if I run into him? And of course, she runs into me. It was like a romantic movie, and then boom, there we go. Let me see, what else did I miss? My SP was so much into me for 2 years, like worship me, and now I'm afraid that what if she cheats on me after she comes back? See, I have that same fear too. Like that's getting rid of the fears because of the past that we had. You have to learn to trust, and like, so the 3D will tell you things like, granted, me and my SP don't have a title this time, and that's the way I wanted it, and that's the way she wanted it, and everything that I thought came into fruition. So okay, we're here with no title, but there's loyalty. Like I haven't seen anyone else since the last kind of like little mini separation, and she hasn't seen anyone since before that. And we decided, okay, well, we're going to actually give it a try, but no title because we don't want too much pressure on it, and see what happens. So the 3D is giving you feedback the entire time. And so if she's telling you, I'm actually trying, it's hard because you have to walk on faith to say, okay, well, this is my manifestation. She's telling me what my manifestation wants to hear, but my logical brain is saying she's going to do what she did before. And every time I would do that, because I had that lack of trust in her, every time we got back together, ended in a split. So I was like, and you didn't waver too much. Yeah, once I got it, and then I seen that result, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I was more relaxed after talking to you too. It's like, okay, I don't really give a fuck what happens. I've seen all this other stuff. And then you told me about the mini manifestations. You're actually the one who taught me mini manifestations, Bia. I was like, well, what the hell is, there we go. I said Bia's name and there's SP. So I said, what do you call it? Sorry, I always lose my train of thought whenever I look at the phone. But I was like, again, it's going to go for like maybe 2 more or 1 more. We'll predict it. Yeah, and then I didn't waver too much because after talking to you, it's like, all right, I'll do the mini manifestations. Then I became so wrapped up on little things, it's a form of detachment. Persistence is so much of a key. It's not the easiest, but it works. Yeah, and then Ink, you did the robotic affirmations, or no, what did you? Yeah, it was robotic, right? It was what you were calling it. And that's when we posted your success story, Ink, where it was like you just weren't even having any feeling towards it, just saying it, and then boom, we got that. Hey, hot stuff. What's up, Hershey? How you doing? It's been a minute. I'm glad to see you. I'm super proud of you for persistent. Thank you, Bia. Yeah, I never thought that I would be in this position either. It's like I did say to you, and this is actually, I visualized this in that moment when I talked to you. I'm like, well, one day we'll talk on a channel together. I didn't think I was going to start a channel. I just thought one day, I'm like, let me make a video, because I'd never seen someone break out of the friend zone, and I'd never seen somebody break out of coming back from 6 times. So I'm like, okay, those 2 videos I'll do. Boom. Like that was just something that I felt was a block. And I'm like, maybe there's other people in that same situation. So I made the videos, and then the channel gained traction, and boom, here we are. And then couldn't find you, and 2 people found your channel, and then they're like, oh, look who it is. And then here we are. And that was this is a weird bridge. Okay, so the bridge has been fulfilled on this. Something I didn't even believe, but I thought about a couple times. So here's the bridge. Yeah, oh my God, I love that. Yeah, it's funny because it's literally every time it's either you or Ink, then the show message. And yeah, and then Bia, you just had a video too about that too, which was robotic affirmations working. That's why I was thinking, I thought about Ink when I saw that. I was going to send her your video because it reminded me of her success story that we just posted a couple days ago or last week. Hello, Cooper. What's up? All right, I'm still working through things, trying to manifest a happier self. Well, manifesting a happier self is actually, Bia has a video on this too. I just binge watched her videos the other day, or last night. But working on stuff where it's like you're like naturally like feeling negative. Oh, SP just blew me off and went to the gym without me. That's pretty negative. Let me respond to this. I had a feeling that was going to happen too. See, there's your fears. Let's do revision on the spot. Yeah, she didn't blow me off right now. She didn't go to the gym. We're going to go work out again later. All right, I'm still working through things. Yeah. So when you're feeling negative like that, um, damn, I'm just leaving it alone. When you're feeling negative like that, same as see, it hits you too. Like everybody, it's like you're gonna feel. No, she doesn't want to be alone. Let her stress out. Whatever. What's it called? Yeah. See, here's the thing too. It's like it's gonna hit all of us too. Like this is where who asked it earlier? DJ asked this earlier, where it's like, okay, what happens when you get like hit like that? It's like, okay, so life will sometimes like there's a spillover, and me and her were like having some of those moments last week where it was bothering me, like remembering some of the things that happened in the past. So you have to trust and walk forward where it's like, okay, yeah, this, it means nothing. But if it means something, like that's where you revise it on the spot. Let it go. It means nothing. Be in my place of peace. Stupid. All right. Would love to see that video. Oh, anyway, sorry, I got way off. So Hershey, yeah, Bia has a video on it where she talks about like going through hard times and just trying to manifest an overall happier life. And it seems to be like, correct me if I'm wrong, Bia, but like general affirmations and like I'm always happy. Don't use negative words like depressed or negative or feeling bad or whatever. See yourself as what do you call it? Like already in the life that you want. So okay, if you were already like not depressed or not feeling bad, start picturing like for me, what do I do? It's like I don't like my day job, so I picture myself outside my day job. Now it might result in you getting fired, like Neville talks about. I went through this the other day where it's like where they were going to threaten to fire me, like I said, on the negative spiral. But I thought, okay, negative always means positive. So if I hit that negative, then it's going to turn into a positive. And it went. They didn't fire me, but I'm like, if I get fired, I'm going to get a better job. Or it gives me more time to do the manifesting coaching. And then, like I told you guys, I wanted to do this full time. It would move me into a way where I can do this full time because I got no other source of income or things to do. Robotic affirmation work. And nothing much, Cooper, just chilling and doing the live. I would love to see that video. Yeah, watch if you guys want. Watch Bia's videos. She's got some great videos, and her channel's growing really quick. I was gonna be like, hey, come over here and promote it, but her channel's bumped up as high as ours probably by now. And we started back in when did we start? August. So she's making great progress, but she's got a lot of great videos. She's helped me a lot. So if you guys want to take a look, go to Bia's channel. No, it's a positive. She's getting her aggravated emotions out before. See, there you go. So Bia says revise it. See, here's the thing. Sometimes you don't know how, and like this is where like I guess the coaching comes in handy. But like I always say, you don't need coaching. The coaching can be could be helpful, but it's almost to push you like to like find your blocks and stuff. So even here where I struggle to like, all right, I'm doing this, how do I revise on the spot? Or like if you're at work and you get hit with negative news, how do you revise on the spot when your mind's going a million places? You'd have someone like this. So Bia says revise. Ink says no, it's she's getting her aggravated emotions out before she sees you. Yeah, exactly. There we go. And that's actually what she just said. I'm going to start trying to work out today. Injury or not. Yeah, just be careful with your injury too, Hershey. If you're injured, be very careful. But at the same time, don't not go to the gym, because the gym is like a great source of you're getting your aggravation out there. But like me tearing my chest because of anger in the gym is too much. So we don't want to do that. And actually today I haven't, let me see if the video actually uploaded yet. I just uploaded the video that we talked about last week, manifesting $1,000 out of thin air. My SP helped me get a treadmill up the stairs. Hey, that's a positive, Ink. Yeah, we were talking the other day about what your weekend was going to be like. So there's your positive. In the case of you know what, I have a total gym and I'm good. There you go. Let's see. I want to see if it uploaded, because we talk about, like, it always seems to go in the manifesting realm to, what do you call it? When we're manifesting, it always seems to go around SP. But like I always say, like the SP is not the end all be all. And okay, this video is still uploading, but hopefully probably because we're on the channel right now. But that's going to be something to look at later on. And I'm not recording any of the videos today. I've got a little list of things that I want to record this week. You guys are going to like the thumbnail on it too. It's actually from a short film I was working on. So we're going to take topics this week and tell success stories as well. So actually I had a client, she had success the next morning. I don't know if she's still around or in the chat today, but she was talking about wanting to book a session a week. And here's what I say when it comes to, like I said, coaching is important for times when you are stuck and you don't feel like there's a way out. So you push yourself, and after you push yourself with them, it's like it unlocks it. It's just someone giving you permission to do what you already know how to do, I feel like. So I want to make a video on that, like deeper into the meaning of it, coaching. And so this lady who I coached the other day had not had contact with her SP for a long period of time. And same thing with me and Bia, or me and Inked, when we talk, and I said there's the assumption that we always like talk to each other, or like my SP messages me then. I told her that same thing. As soon as, and I also had this assumption too before I met Bia. I'm like, well, by the time we talk, I'm going to have my manifestation like that. And within 2 or 3 days, yes, it was there. So we went to, so for that client, I said, yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, I knew within the time of like talking to her, I'm like, I just had that assumption that if I meet her and talk with her, that's going to be what unlocks it for me. And this woman must have had the same thing, because the next morning she had messages from her SP, and she asked if it's okay not to message her SP. I said yes, because if you guys know Dylan James, one of my other favorite coaches on here, Dylan's awesome, and he always says, at least back when I used to watch his channel a lot more, it was like, if you don't feel like comfortable messaging them because your mind is like not fully ready to do it. Like if you feel desperate and you message them, it could result in a negative thing. So I told her, I'm like, you know what? If you don't want to message him now, or you don't feel comfortable, don't message him now, because it might turn out negative. So she waited to message him. Same thing with me and my SP, because sometimes they come back in because we're doing the manifestation. They'll come back in way before, like sometimes the SP comes in before our self-concept is finished. And I remember even saying, I wish she didn't come back now, because I still have self-concept work to do. And then we need to talk. We need to talk every day. So SP keeps talking. Exactly. Dylan was my mentor for confidence back in 20. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I didn't know that that you worked with Dylan like that. Yeah, I never worked with him before, but I always liked him. No contact is good at times. Yeah, and that's, I guess, what we're doing. Like here, we'll use it as a positive in my situation right now. No contact is good. She wants to work out her aggression and stuff. I'm going to run. As you guys know, I live right over here by these woods in this new place. I'm going to go for a run after we finish up the live, and then I'm going to go hit the gym myself and film my own workout videos. We're supposed to film together, but I'll film my own stuff, post my content on the other channels that you guys already know. Couldn't share back then, but I only had 2 sessions with. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, because you couldn't, yeah. But that's what I like about being able to do my own thing here, where I could just speak freely, like we talked about before, being able to speak freely and talk about who we worked with and stuff. But see, that's really cool. I actually, when I messaged you the other day, I saw him like followed by Dylan James. I was like, damn, that's how you know she's good, when one of the top guys is following you. It is. And this is like another thing too, with, it's always a blessing to speak your mind. And if you're like me and you don't like taking orders off people and you don't like being told what to do, it's difficult at times, like, but especially doing the SP stuff, because it's like you're walking on eggshells at times. Oh, what should I say? What shouldn't I say? And I'm trying to manipulate the game and play in the 3D. Stop playing games in the 3D. Like here with this, it's like I had that assumption that was going to happen actually last night. So I leave it alone. And when you have, like, when you're tiptoeing around stuff and like, you don't want to go through life like that, where everything is like, so like, should I say this? Can I say this? Like when you have a job, can I, at a certain job, I can't talk like this. I can't act like this. I remember growing my hair out at the job and they're like, oh, you got to cut it. I grew my beard longer. You got to cut it. It doesn't look good like that. and people start telling you what to do. Oh, you can't talk like this. Oh, did you say this to this person? Oh, yeah, why? Or they don't like your tone. And it's like, same thing with SP. SP is going to critique you on certain things. And it's like, not saying don't go back to that SP, because I'm the last person to tell you not to go to an SP who didn't treat you right and stuff like that, because that's everyone is used, pushed out. So yeah, you've created that to some degree, but also don't blame yourself that much for it. And if you want someone new, there's nothing wrong with someone new, and there's nothing wrong with recreating an old SP. Both ways work. And then I also believe too, I have this affirmation too, which is why I think I've gone through a lot of shit, like for the channel. I always say, I'm like, guide me through. It's like kind of like a general affirmation. It's like whatever hardships I have to go through, send me through them so I could help people on the channel. So that wound up, I think it like put me in the friend zone position where I had to learn to get out of the friend zone. Put me in friends with benefits, so I had to learn to move it to a relationship. Put me through having a job I don't like to learn to get myself out of there. Work on building this channel up. Work on building my other channels that never grew into where they are now. Like they're slowly growing, and everything, you know, you're slowly. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but um, yeah, definitely lost my train of thought. Yeah, Nick is always telling me to be careful with my SP for good reason. Yeah, if you're questioning, leave it alone and affirm. Inspired action will happen and you wouldn't know. Yeah, it's like the inspired action too is like the question I get the most. People always want to know, oh, when do I take action? Can I do it now? Can I do it now? If you're asking, can I do it now? If you're asking, should I do it now? Probably means that's not the inspired action. Like I felt very pulled to talk to my SP's best friend to get that what do you call it? I felt very pulled to talk to my SP's friend to get me to where I was, which was that whole bridge of incidents. And it wouldn't have unfolded unless I talked to her, but it felt very natural to do so. Let's see the next one. That's my message from Inked. Don't play that out loud. No, I'm not going to actually play your message out loud. No, I forgot because other stuff. I do drink and stuff at times. However, oh, the video stopped? What do you mean? Can you guys still see me? Let me know if I'm still live. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait, did the video really stop going? Because I was about to make a point. All right, let me know if I'm still here. Okay, I think I'm still here. So anyway, I was going to say, Bia, if you're still here, we talked about this earlier, and it's about people telling you what to do. You don't want people to tell you what to do. You want to be able to, do your own thing and not have anyone judge you. Well, a couple weeks ago, maybe it was about a month ago. I don't know, guys. When did it happen? When the religious guy came in and said that we were all going to hell for trying to be like Jesus and don't do manifesting, and you can manifest with the power of God. And if I smoke cigars, I'm going to hell. And because I swear too much, I'm going to hell, and this and that, and all that stuff. And then Mama Bear mode was activated by Inked. Yes. Oh man, did I leave this thing? I did leave it out in the cold, so it's not going to work right. But whatever. We're going to smoke because nobody tells us what to do. I don't even want to smoke right now, but we're going to do it. Because in the spirit of what me and Bia talked about earlier, nobody can tell us what to do. You can't have your life run by anybody else. So looks like a unibrow with a mouse clicker right over there. You guys can't see it, but I could. Making me self-conscious. And just like this cigar burns, so might my soul burn in hell for teaching manifestation. Okay. Now we're going full Neville mode. I spell beneficial. All right. How do we not focus on time? It will be 1 year tomorrow since me and my SP split and haven't seen anything to ever hint that this was working. Keep living in your mind as if it's happening now because that's where it's happening. Yeah, I agree with Ink. Live as if it's already happening now. Like, I think if Bia's still here too, she could attest to this. When I was doing this, I was dating my SP for like a month straight before we even got back together. We had the perfect relationship in my mind before we got back together. And at times, see, now I'm slipped off. As you see, like I struggled there today with this particular message because my mind isn't fully in it. I'm thinking coaching. I'm thinking this channel. I'm thinking my other channels. I got to make progress. I'm thinking about where I slipped up this past week. I'd say focus just on like, this is what I always say. What would you do if you already had your SP in your life? Because your SP is not end all be all. Like for me, I have my SP. And if she went to the gym now, I'm not going to run my fucking ass over there, even though we're supposed to work out together. Oh, I just stopped over here right now. I'm not going to go run my fucking ass over there. I'm doing this now. Like this is priority. So for you, it's like, okay, this is another thing. Remember I talked about the eavesdropping technique. When you're eavesdropping and like picturing what was happening behind the scenes, like my SP and her best friend, I would picture them talking, blah, 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 blah. And the exact conversations that happened were repeated back to me by them later on. So everything that you imagine is happening behind the scenes is happening behind the scenes. There's always movement and you'll see it. Sometimes, I mean, I would always affirm too, I'm no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. I always get whatever I want. I always have like those type of beliefs. So for you, TMV, I would say just relax and understand that it is working out in your favor. The bridge might be a really big bridge that's unfolding. I wouldn't affirm that. I would say the bridge is almost done laying itself out, and soon enough you'll be where you need to be. What do you think about angel numbers and dreams? You manifest seeing the numbers only mean what you. Yep, I was gonna say Ink. You couldn't say it. I couldn't say it better myself. The angel numbers are only whatever you give them meaning to. I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or like whatever sequence of numbers. I'll see a bunch of crazy numbers and just say, oh, that means my SP. Oh, look, a tree branch. My SP's thinking about me. Oh, a quarter on the ground. Oh, money and abundance are always mine. Oh, like whatever it is, it's like, oh, I lost money today. Oh, money and abundance are always mine. Everything means whatever you give it meaning to. That's the thing of you being the creator of your own reality. You mean we should keep ourselves occupied with other things as well as in live our life? Yes, exactly, Erica. It's for me, that's when it's like, people are like, there you go. Hey, Bia, sorry, I referenced you a couple times in here. I didn't know if you were gone. Apparently, Ink told me I cut out for a second, so I don't know what happened there. Let me finish making this point, and then I'm going to tell you the thing I just said before, Bia. You mean we should keep ourselves occupied? Yeah, so basically, oh, shit, I didn't know how that happened. See, I went to type a message, and I look up, and then you guys are all telling me that I was gone. So basically, to answer this question, yes, you should live and keep your minds occupied with other stuff. It doesn't mean you're detaching or giving up or forgetting your SP. But if you're dating your SP, like I said, me and my SP don't have a title now or whatever, but we're only with each other and we're hanging out every day almost. We talk every day. Like it's pretty much everything a relationship is. But that doesn't mean yes, I just did this. Guess what? I just took a dump. Guess what? And then, oh wow, you had to sit down for 3 hours to watch a movie. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Like we're not talking like that. It's like we're talking, but it's like I said, she went to the gym right now without me. We were supposed to go to the gym. She's like, well, I just stopped here real quick. If I was in simp mode still, I'll be right there. No, I'm doing this. So if we're together and everything's already in order, even if you don't have your SP, don't drop what you're doing. Like if you haven't heard from your SP 10 months, no contact, but you got something else in your own life going on, don't be like, oh, I'm running and going over there. It's like, no, live your own life. Like what else would you do if you had your SP? Your whole life wouldn't be like, I'm holding on, you're going nowhere. No, it's like you still got to go to work. You still got dreams. You still got goals. You got things you got to accomplish. So work on all that stuff. And whenever you think of your SP, think about, wow, we had such a great time on our date last weekend. Even though if you're not in contact, that's what I was doing. Like I said, before I met Bia around the same time, I learned to be dating my SP for like a month before we even got back together. And anyway, Bia, here's the thing too. The cigar, I was talking about a month ago, we had this guy come on the channel and start critiquing everything about, he was getting all religious, like, oh, well, you shouldn't be pretending to be God, and you smoke and you cuss. Oh my goodness. And he goes, and then like, I didn't even drink on the channel really until the live where I had to defend the channel to this guy. He was like going and making comments on every video. And it's like, I'm like, we talked about this earlier, not liking people to tell us what to do. So I purposely, we sat down on a live, lit it up. And I was like, the room was dark too. The cigar like lit up and I had the drink, the rum and coke. And it's like the mob, the Godfather. You don't come on this channel and you don't tell us what to do. Because we just talked about this earlier. Like we don't want our SPs telling us what to do, our jobs, our bosses, or anyone. It's our life, our reality. Stop letting people tell you what to do. You like a good cigar, like Neville said. He goes, I like a good drink. I couldn't get into smoking, but I always liked a good drink. If Neville liked a good drink and he's not drunk all the time, which he did drink a lot when you listen to how he talks about how much he drank, but like an average person might be a lot. He may have had a high tolerance like myself. But Neville would drink, and then they say, and he talks about the way to godliness. This guy was talking about the way to godliness is you have to do exactly what I say, and it's like Game of Thrones. You want me to bend the knee? I will not bend the knee to you. But yeah, we were talking about that earlier, not wanting to take orders off people. Block him. Oh no, another thing was too, I went to sleep. I'm like, he doesn't bother us anymore. I said that one affirmation, went to sleep, woke up, all his comments were gone. I didn't block him. He deleted. He went in every video and deleted all his stuff. No one needs that type of, yeah, exactly. Some people are just projecting limiting beliefs to trigger beginners. Yeah, that's what I didn't like, because everyone here is here to learn. It's like, leave these people the fuck alone. Oh, you don't like that I swear? Then go to someone who doesn't swear. Go to someone that doesn't smoke a cigar. Go to someone that doesn't live their life the way they want to. It is. What can I create today? Oh, wait, hold on. I missed that question. I agree. Make it a science project. Oh, yeah. Truth. Me and Inked always talk about that. It is like a science project. We're explorers and pioneers in this manifesting realm. Oh, I sat on the vest from the last video. Now I got to iron it, but I don't know how to iron. Don Corleone vibes. Yeah. That's what, who was it? He was Yup Yup. Yup Yup Bia is actually she's a regular. I don't know where she is today. She's in Florida, so it's a morning over there, but I think Yup Yup usually says she stays up all night. So usually when we do a late live, she'll come in. But she's the one who found your channel. I was like, oh my God, I found Bia. But she was, when I did that video, she goes, wow, giving off whole ass daddy, Italian daddy vibes. You look like a Don, the Don Corleone. And this died. My main struggle on limiting beliefs. I'm always in a negative spiral and spills over to dreams and ruins my mood. I'm fighting back though. I'm glad you're fighting back. Number one, sometimes fighting it is to struggle against something means that there is an issue. So sometimes acknowledging the issue, it's almost noon there. What time is it for me? It's got to be, you guys are like 2 hours ahead of me. It's 11 here. You guys are an hour ahead of me. So basically, like I just said, I don't know if you were here in the beginning. I was in a downward spiral this whole week, and I teach the stuff. I understand it. I've been doing manifesting for. I mean, I've been following Neville for what, 4 years now, 5 years, and when you get to that negative spiral and it ruins your mood, even when you're doing everything right, it will sometimes spill over into your dreams. I would have negative dreams, but take it as, oh, that's the last bit of it purging out. Hey there, Real. How you doing? Oh, thank you. I'm trying to homage to Neville. Besides the dog here, I don't even have a dog here. Something happened that caused me to ugly cry, and I cried and cried and cried. Still affirm with anger. Yeah, and you could affirm with anger. It's funny, Inked, you and Bia are like on the same track right now because Bia's got 3 videos on her channel, and everything you've mentioned today is actually in a video that she's made so far. The Man in Black. I'll tell you, I'm the Man in Black. I don't even know this. I love Johnny Cash, but first time catching a live. Super stoked to be here. Hey, Miguel, well, I'm glad you're here, and that means I'll have to stay on longer then. That'd be funny if she was. Bia, actually, I saw you keep referencing Aries. I am an Aries, too. My birthday's at the end of March. Excuse me while I sin. You ever tried Cohiba cigars? Yes, I like Cohibas. They're a little bit more expensive, but I like them. These ones are actually my favorite brand, though. The Sweet Jane Deadwoods. I like the ones with the skulls on them. They have flavors, like a sweet flavor to it. Oh, I thought Inked would be too. Fire signs. Wait, you said if it spills over to dreams, it's the last. Yes, I always said if it spills over to dreams, like I said before, everything is whatever you assign it meaning on. So whenever I'd have a negative dream, I've woken up in cold sweats from dreams about stuff that I was stressed about. And I'm like, well, thank God that's the last of it. That was like the last of the negative stuff. And I had to experience it there. Or I would go back in the dream and be like, all right, I'm going to fight this motherfucker. Whatever it was that was negative, I'm going back into that dream and it's done. And then I would go in and I would change the dream. Or I would go in and try to do revision immediately, just like Bia said earlier. Whenever something happens, you just drop it immediately and you just keep fighting it. So like you said, keep fighting, but at the same time, like fighting too much is acknowledging the problem. So instead of acknowledging the problem, the best way to fight it is to affirm, picture, visualize, and do everything for the opposite of it. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you said if it's yeah, I love Monte Cristo too. Monte Cristo are the best. They're kind of expensive, but I like those. You can manifest hella mad and angry as fuck. Yep, that's true, Bia, because I've been angry as fuck. I've been anxious. I've been in a borderline panic attacks. I've been in all kinds of places, and I still always got whatever I wanted. Even when it seems impossible, like even this, Bia being in the chat, that was something I referenced back when the channel started in August. Had no idea how to contact you, had no idea what we would do, and boom, 6 months later or whatever, I wasn't super attached to it. I just trusted it was going to happen. And even today when we were saying that it probably wasn't going to happen, I was just like, okay, well, whatever. I wonder how the bridge will be. And then the bridge happened. Rothschild is like that too. I've actually never had the Rothschild one. The strongest signs. As long as you stand firm in your mind and you just keep fighting. Yep, just have it to really watch your thoughts. Yes, ma'am. Keep watching them. I am only just now, after 5 months of building law of assumption, knowledge, getting the hang of affirming regardless of emotional state. Yeah, the emotions mean nothing. It's whatever you're training your mind with. Like Bia actually sent me the one, like that was the first time, Bia, I've actually heard affirmations like that where it's like a million different ones going at once. It's like in the movies, like if you get possessed and like all the voices going at once, kind of freaked me out when I heard it. I was waiting to hear like money flows easy, effortlessly, and joyfully into my life, like Joseph Murphy. But then it's like all of I'm like, what just happened? To have a stroke? But yeah, you gotta like, because they're just a way. Affirmations are a way to get you into the state. And then it's weird because Neville always says feeling is the state or feeling is the secret, but at the same time, just not feeling it and doing the affirmations will get you where you need to go. There's every way works, every method works as long as you believe it. Tasted kissing my SP was wild. He popped into my mind and I tasted kiss and felt it. Exactly. It's like you can really do that. Like that's one of the things too. If you're bored and you've been with your SP before and you're feeling lonely, picture yourself like you don't have to be a master of visualizing. Feel their arms around you. Feel like right now, I could picture what it's like to hold my SP. I could feel like her hands on mine. I could feel like on my lips if she kissed me, all this stuff. You could feel all this stuff, so you're already there. It's crazy to be ugly crying and totally affirm. Better letting your mind go. Emotions get even worse. Yeah, I mean, I've been there. When I tore my chest, I started having a panic attack at work because if I needed surgery, I was going to, one, I couldn't be a bodybuilder anymore. Two, I couldn't keep my job. So I was walking through the hallways at work. I'm like, I'm whole, complete, and in shape, or whatever. Like I started like saying all these affirmations. They didn't make sense. I was all over the place. I'm like, I started pacing the hallway. I'm like, oh fuck. I sat down in the hallway. I'm like, I'm missing part of my chest. What the fuck? And I'm like, no, I'm full and complete. I don't need surgery. I don't need this. I don't need that. And then like sometimes turning it over to an external power. Like I'm not super religious, but there's a church by my house I grew up at. I went there and I prayed. I said, dear God, make sure I don't need surgery. I get to keep my job. And I have my full strength and range of motion back. I don't care if I'm deformed. Well, what happened? I went to the doctor and then I get a phone call. You get to go back to work. You're not going to, you'll have all your strength and range of motion back. You don't need surgery because we can't perform it on that type of injury. And there'll be a slight deformation. I'm like, God damn it. If only I would have asked for the full thing. It said there's no deformation. But I didn't believe that was possible. So always believe everything is possible. Many times, you're his manifestation. I'm manifesting my dream life. It's happening. Rothschild this. Well, I'm glad you're manifesting your dream life because it is happening. Everything's happening in the background. Rothschild is sweet. That sounds like a good one. I might have to pick that up for the next live. We're glad to have you here too, Bia. Yeah, we've mentioned you a few times, and it's like not in a creepy way, like, hey guys, let's talk about Bia and Manifest here. But we're happy to have you here. I tried to create like a little community here, which actually wasn't even what we were trying to do. It just kind of happened where everybody kind of knows everyone's story. In the comments, if I don't answer a comment fast enough, everybody's kind of like backing each other up, being there, keeping each other in check. So that's kind of like the little group we've created. I affirmed no stop and got prank calls from my SP. He sent some chick to say, I have somebody new. I told her off about him. There you go. I think feeling is a bonus. Yeah, the feeling is definitely the bonus to it. It's like so many times I didn't have the feeling for it. I just did the affirmations, and I've never been a big affirmation person, but I guess like just assuming the feeling is like you basically are already like just assuming the feeling, you're basically already there. Let's see. I don't feel shoot, but I've seen it work so many times. Inner conversation is 2 on my list. I've been working on me and my self-concept. There you go. The self-concept is the most important part, at least in my thing. It's been the most important part because if you don't have self-concept and self-respect, then what the hell do you have? I just discovered your channel the other day. Really helped. Oh, look at that. Bia, you already got a new subscriber too. Thanks for the answers. What do you think about Ho'oponopono? I never know how to say it, but I learned Ho'oponopono from Robert Zink. I used to watch his channel a lot. He's more law of attraction-y, and I do believe there's a difference in it. Law of attraction is more like general, like, oh, I feel good, so I am good, and blah, 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 stuff like that. But I have used that before where it's like, I'm sorry, I love you, I forgive. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's a good way to kind of help keep your mind in check. And if you think it works, it works. I mean, you can still manifest not having deformation. True. Actually, that's a thing too, Dev. I started affirming that I don't have a deformation. Nobody can see it. I see it, but nobody else sees it. This is when I talked about changing your appearance with law of assumption. People are like, oh, how do I change my appearance? To me, nothing physically changed. I still look the same, but I get way more compliments on how good I look and this and that. And it's like, wow, I don't think I look that way, but I was affirming for it, so it happened. It had to happen. Remember, self-concept is different from self-esteem. Yep, true. And that's very nice, Inked. I'm thrilled B is here as well. I believe and know in my gut that my SP is who I created for him, as well as consuming when we dated. When we were upset, I couldn't eat, sleep, or yeah, sometimes. But turn that into unlimited motivation. When we were like that, when me and my SP were like that, in the meantime, it's like I have all this extra time to work out. I have all this extra time to work on this and work on that, and I would be doing a whole bunch of other things just to keep my mind straight and forget about her while still trying to date her in my mind and my imagination. So use it as a positive. Everything's a positive. There's always a way to put a positive spin on everything. Oh, you're welcome, Bia. Yeah, we're really happy to have you here. This is actually, it's weird. It's when the manifestation happens, it's like, damn, what the hell? But that's amazing. Yeah, it's funny to see here. Like I always say, if you can assume it, then perfect. If not, repetition. After affirmations comes in. Yep. If you can't assume it, you just got to keep repeating. Inked high flyers. This is a big one. Welcome, high fly. You know who else I love too? Well, this is big. This is big as Tom Kieran. I love Tom Kieran too. He's so positive in all his videos, and he addresses like the hate comments so much better than me. I sit down and have the Don Corleone. You're going to hate on this channel. You're going to hate on my viewers. We're going to have a problem. But Tom Kieran, so Tom Kieran will be like, this is big. Okay, we had a commenter, a follower of the channel, and here's what he said. And then it's just like a fucking hate comment or somebody trying to shit on him, and he politely dismantles them. I'm like, I love that he could do that. I can't. Well, maybe I could affirm that I can, but I like my way of addressing it. He was the manifestation for my dream mate. We had 4 days together before it all broke loose, and every time we got a piece, something came to separate us, but there's a point. Yeah, well, it goes into a circumstance. You don't need to. Don't worry about that circumstance. Real. Soaring high in the direction of your dreams. Robert Singh's voice it is hypnotized. I do love it. Post-concussion syndrome. We didn't split. I would never have known I had it. My mom passed away. She wasn't well. She's not in pain anymore, but she gave me what I needed to start my studio. Well, that's awesome that you got to start your studio and stuff. It's a sad situation for it to come about, but in a way, I guess sometimes I always struggle with the death thing, but Neville talked about that too. He's like, we come on time and we go on time. So he talks about a guy who manifested his dream life, but a year later he died. And he goes, well, that was all right because he was going to die anyway, because everybody comes on time and goes on time. So that's why, for a long time as a kid, I used to struggle about worrying about death and when I was going to die and things like that. And you can't worry about it because we come on time, we go on time. And if we lose someone, even if we don't get to say a proper goodbye, Neville always talked about we don't die, we go on too. And he was able to see people Neville was almost every type of spiritual thing. He was able to see, they call it claircognizant or something, I think, where he was able to see, or clairvoyant. He was able to see spirits and stuff like that. Who is Robert Zink? Oh, Bia, you have so much to learn. That's one of the first manifesting coaches I've ever seen. He's got all the gems. He looks like Elton John, and he's actually got a big channel. His channel is it called just Robert Zink? Or no, Law of Attraction Solutions is his channel. And he is very upbeat. Oh, you remember him now? Yeah, he looks like Elton John, and he's like, high flyers. And he wears more rings and stuff than me. He's like, in the direction of your dreams. I would love to talk to him too, just because he makes me laugh. Exactly, H. Everything is positive. I realize that me talking about my situation right now, that my SP is unhealthy for my manifestation, so I won't talk about it because if I have. Exactly. We don't want to repeat old stories. Tom Kieran rules so big. Yeah, I know. I love Tom Kieran. Tom Kieran would be great to talk to. Actually, when I went to Mexico, he was making videos in Mexico. I'm like, wow, Tom Kieran is me pushed out. Everybody is you pushed out. Robert is a law of attraction coach. Yeah. Yes, I'm working on the best version of myself. Full scholarship. That's awesome. I manifest a recording studio. I sing. See, I love that too. In this community too, there's so many artists and creative people. Like I've met so many other people who do acting and filmmaking and singing and like creative things. Like we're already like that, just proving that we're already creators. Or H is a power lifter and bodybuilder, same as me. Like we're all like out here creating and working on something. So it's like if you could create other aspects of your life in the 3D, why can't you do it in the 4D? It's been so long. Yeah, Elton. Yeah, he's literally one of the first coaches I ever discovered, and I was like, I know everything now. And it wasn't. Yes, detached from desperation. I swear he's in another round. Yeah, he is. He's like, his life is like so crazy too. He's got all the sports cars. He's living in the mansion up in the hills of the desert, and just like his whole story. I love it. Have you ever gotten an SP and realized that you didn't want? Yes. My SP, the time after me and Bia talked when I got her back, we were in a fully committed relationship and things were good. And I won't lie, I started looking into other people. I was doing a film where, as you guys know, I do acting and stuff. I was doing a film where the guy gets cheated on and stuff like that. And I was really immersing in the character. And then I believed that she went back with her ex around that time. She won't admit it, but it's like everything was kind of like working in that direction too. What do you call it? People shouldn't. Yeah. So and she wound up leaving because I was focused on the character who loses the girl. I was looking at other women. I was talking to somebody else for a while we were together because I couldn't get over the story of us. I was like, I don't like everything that happened in the past. Fuck it. I just had to prove that I can manifest her again. You also be a narcissist because, dude, it's not all about it. Tom Kieran seems to know everything. Like he's read and studied all. Yeah, Tom Kieran has turned me on to a lot of good books. I actually started reading the one where he says Seth with Jane Roberts. I started that one, but that's a long ass audiobook. I listened to it here and there. Very interesting, but all of it teaches the same manifesting principles. Like Tom is probably one of the most knowledgeable people I've seen on here, and he breaks it down really well. He's very positive. I love it. Yeah, don't cry and stop eating over SP. I've been there. Don't do that because your life is more than that. Everything that happened was for my own good. Exactly. Yeah. Everything that happens is for your own good. In the end, you elevate as a person and you make it really, really far. Yeah, I believe that too. Sometimes if they can't detach from it properly, actors will manifest negative things into their life possibly. I heard a story about an actress. I don't remember which actress, but supposedly she played in a movie where her son died, and then in real life her real son died. But then that also kind of like goes against what I was just talking about. Like we come on time or we go on time. So it's either a coincidence or she manifested that. But I don't think that she manifested that. But it's just a weird coincidence. A lot of them play characters who have bad relationships and they wind up in bad relationships. The bridge of incidents for my studio and for us to come back together. My SP and I came back together. I was recording. I will be a recording studio. Yeah, see, that's better because that gives you more time to get your own shit together and be happy. Why does the thing keep dying? I'm gonna affirm it doesn't. That's cool there, but let me send a message real quick. I'm sending a message real quick. Do affirmations work even if you don't believe it? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. The affirmations will work even when you don't believe them because it's like the robotic affirming or just going on and not really like what do you call it? Well, like Bia has a video on her channel about it, and we have a success story from Inked about it. Like not believing it, but just saying them and doing them stuff. Your subconscious will get impressed over time with that. Exactly, space. Build the inner world. That's where you're dating your SP already. SP sometime. Yeah. That was something Robert Zink said, that we choke them with too much energy towards them. That's true. I do believe that part. But I mean, everything's what we believe. But I did believe that because it seemed to be what happened. Affirming and visualizing, scripting, breathwork, meditation. I do it all. Just started doing mirror work recently and I'm digging it. Well, I'm glad you're doing all those different things and you're enjoying them, Space. Also, but that's one of the things too, is like you don't have to do so much of it, because for me personally, like whatever works for you works for you. I'm not going to tell anybody how to manifest properly. I'll tell you what's worked for me and I'll tell you how I've gotten success. Doing too many things, I felt like H was saying, chokes the energy, because you're like sitting there and like if you had your SP, would you be looking in the mirror every day? Like the mirror, that's mirror work is for yourself. So that one's not bad. But I wouldn't be sitting there affirming like my SP loves me, my SP loves me, while she's sitting right next to me. She loves me, she loves me, she loves me. So if you're in the relationship already, I'm saying you do need to do those affirmations for a while to like, keep yourself on track, I think. And then you want to get to that point where you just start to feel them natural. Like that's why I've never personally been big into affirming. What else? Uber Eats. Personally, I won't say affirmations like a. Yeah. But we talked about that too. That does work too at times, the parroting them. It's whatever works for you. If you don't think it works for you, don't. Like I personally am not huge on affirmations, but I will do them at times and they do have success. Every method works. So we don't need to shit on certain methods and stuff like that. Yeah, and you can record your own subliminal. Seven months, no contact right now. Not much of a sign or anything. Some interesting synchronicities, but actually no contact of any kind. Well, Space Inked, who's in the chat right now, she's a success story from the channel. She had 10 months no contact or no movement or no anything from her SP. And we can't, I want to say it was less than 2 weeks, but she thinks it's more. So we'll say 2 to 3 weeks. She did robotic affirmations where she didn't really care what the outcome was. And she just detached from it and just said, SP loves me, he's blowing up my phone, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, 10 months no contact within the next, yeah, exactly. Just persist through it. I mean, you did, Inked. You just, it's whatever feels natural for you. I like to visualize. I could sit down in the thing and see scenes and stuff. And I think that's just from my background of like what comes natural to me and film writing and acting and stuff like that. I could see a scene before it happens. So instead of doing it in a movie, I just do it in something that's real life and make it seem like a movie. Ink did the robotic affirming and boom, within 10 months of no contact and all that stuff, within 2 to 3 weeks already had what she wanted. That's a limiting belief, Dev. I've had a lot of really great outcomes and I'm not a female. So any dudes in here, don't assume that to be true. All right, let's write down some topics for this week that I'll record later on. So we're going to do thoughts on coaching would be a video. Just yesterday, I met with my bestie and she told me she got contact after 7 months. See, it's sometimes it will take a long time, but it's not. It doesn't necessarily have to. Anything is possible. Another person is doing and saying everything I actually want from my SP. How about birds before land? Wait. Another person is doing and saying everything I actually want for my SP from my SP. How about birds before land? Yeah, exactly. That's 100% birds before land. I got that from a bunch of women were contacting me while I was waiting on my SP. There was the one girl actually started treating me the way I wanted my SP to treat me. She came back treating me that way. And then this week was personally a week where I broke. And then you see right now, even in the chat where I had like a still moment, I had a horrible spiraling week. And it took me time to rebuild. And then she said that she wanted to be alone today, which is better because last night as I was walking into my place, I thought about this. I said, I need to spend a day alone and just be alone with my thoughts and my stuff. So what did I do today? I booked up my sessions for the week. I came on here to do this. I'm writing down video ideas. I got in contact with Bia. I checked in with Inked. And I mean, it just shows anything is possible. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm working on my own self. I'm going to make my videos. Yeah, affirmations are strong as fuck, especially to certain people who believe that they will work. If you even when you don't believe it's going to work, it works because I've done it before too. It's just for me, it's like whatever feels natural. Like I've done the affirmations, but what feels more natural is actually, you know what? It's funny we got Bia here because I have my list in this notebook from the first time. I think it was written in red ink because I wasn't even prepared. She's like, do you have a notebook? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess. I was hungover. Yeah, see, and they didn't even believe. Let me see what the first mini, because I always talk about mini manifestations now. I never paid attention to it before, and I was doing manifesting for years. But Bia was the one who helped me break through on that. I don't ever believe my affirmations. Just know they'll work. But yeah, tell us the list. Let's see. I want to show all the notes that you gave me when I was having my mental breakdown, even though, because 2 weeks before I met Bia, I was doing, as I always tell you guys, balls to the wall. Every morning I woke up, I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my place to live. I'm grateful that I have money in the bank. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful I could see. I'm grateful I could walk. I'm grateful for every single thing as soon as I woke up. Then throughout the day, affirmations. Then, but only as they felt natural, not like I'm forcing anything. While I'm bored at work or on my lunch break, I'm picturing dates with SP. Before bed, I've got my mini movie that I fall asleep to with her in my arm, falling asleep and stuff like that. Then to distract myself, she said, here it is. Because she's like, do you have questions? I'm like, I was hungover when I met you too, Bia. I was like, yeah, situation. Can you see a person? Can you / have you seen a person undo these circumstances? And then you tell me about circumstances not mattering. Everything, like, this is why I talk about, like, when you're coaching with someone or working with someone, they, like, your stuff doesn't, what do you call it? What do you call it? Like, your circumstances, they're telling you things you already know, but you need them to, like, it's almost like she gave me permission to manifest, because whatever in my own mind I was blocked. And it seems like with all my clients I've done, a lot of them are getting movement the very next day. Yeah, validation. You want validation that it's okay. I said, I'm feeling anger and reaction. How do I stop it? We just talked about that. You don't have to. You just keep going. Can too many teachers cloud your thoughts? I think so, but I do watch all the videos now just because I'm interested in them. I already know how to do it myself. Why do I keep getting the opposite? It's because you're wavering. Seeing everything I wanted given to someone else. Is that birds before land? Because everything I wanted from her was given to someone else, and then she wound up giving it to me. She's showing she's ready for, here's the story we came up with, showing that she's ready for a relationship. We just need to get rid of the third party now. Can I manifest someone else at the same time? I think we said yes to that because someone else came in at the same time, which is kind of what made me split. Honestly, I'm tired, reactive, and struggling bad. Is she even worth it anymore? Even if I created this, I don't know if my clinginess is bad and I get what I asked for. I didn't even write in English, but destroy myself in the process. I don't know. Oh, and then my last question for you, Bia, was, do you want to do a channel collab? I didn't even have a manifesting channel. And look at everything on here happened. I know the answers to all these questions. That was last February, February 26th. 6 days ago from 1 year ago. Yeah, 1 year. Wow. A year ago, almost to the date. End scene. You told me come up with an end scene. Laying in bed. I wrote down. And then manifestation practice. Most of them are all crossed off. You told me do my mini manifestations. See a pink car, crossed it off, saw it at the gym. Be given a blue squishy stress ball. Actually, that did happen. I didn't have it crossed off, but it did. Somebody threw one at me at work. Receive unexpected money without overtime. Yes. I got a gift from, it says 82. I don't know. I don't know who gave me $82, but somebody did. Someone from my past comes back. Yes. I didn't write down who it was. Get complimented on my looks, and I was purposely looking like shit. Like I grew my hair out. I was all crazy looking. I got compliments at work. I listed all the people who complimented me. SP actually is challenging. I mean, feels challenging. I feel like everything else is pretty easy. Yeah, it's a limiting belief to feel that. I guess so. Yeah, you're cracking. I sent you a picture of a. Yeah, you sent me a picture of a pink car and a chrome car too, because I used both as an example. This is wild. What else? Find money. The video I'm uploading now actually happened a couple weeks ago, but it took a year to happen. Find money. I found $2,000 with my friend and we split it. That's the video that's uploading on the channel now. And it was when I was playing slots and I wanted to leave the night with $1,000. I'm like, how do I get $1,000? And I kept losing on the slot machine. And I didn't realize I'm sitting next to the ATM. And I turned and looked. I just said a prayer. I'm like, I'm leaving with $1,000, whatever way it happens. I don't know how it will happen. And then I just take a deep breath. I go to hit the button again to play the slot. Deep, deep, deep. I'm like, what the fuck's that noise? I look over, fat stack of cash in the ATM. I'm like, look over, a group of people that I know are over at the bar. None of them have been to the ATM or the slot machines besides me. They've been at that side of the bar the whole time. I go to check this side because I see what I want. I go check this side. My friend Aaron grabs me and goes, and she's like, what's up? I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm like, she goes, do you see? I'm like, yep. She goes, should we? I'm like, yep. And then like, so she has the money, puts it in my thing, gives it to me. I put it in my pocket. And then she goes, Nick, more money. And I was like, holy shit. There's nobody there. Like we looked around. There's nobody in the bar who was there because me and her were the only ones on the slot machine the whole night. Everybody else paid with card. We knew everyone in the bar. It was nobody's money. It just magically popped out of the thing. Blessing. And you sent me a picture of the Chrome Jeep. Yep. Let's see what else. Let's see. Receive a gift. Oh, I got the free HBO thing and food. See an orange car at the gas station. Get a hot match on Tinder. At the time, I was getting no matches on Tinder, which is hard to believe. I know, right? I was getting no matches on Tinder. Got 2 matches the same day that I wrote this down. Receive a free Canon camera. That didn't happen. Win 5K in the lottery. That one didn't happen. But some of these happened later. As I'm reading them, I didn't cross them off. These have happened after. So sometimes it does take time. Get a good reaction to my stand-up comedy. Yes. 3 people that I was friends with really loved it when I did it. Meet a cute girl at the bar I always go to that likes me. Yes. I wound up having a very good time with a cute girl at the bar who liked me. Have a deep, fun, meaningful conversation with this person's name from the bar this weekend. Yes. We became very close to dating, but didn't. And this is one of my times apart with the SP. Receive a compliment on my hair, even though I got 2, and it was another time I look like garbage. Win big on slots. Yes, we just discussed that. I won a lot of money in slots. Get laid tonight. Okay, that part didn't happen. I put a time limit on it. Get a new girl to flirt with me constantly. Actually, a lot of that has happened in that time. Get a compliment on my physique. Many people, and I've gotten in better shape and more people like this. So this is, and then these are all the affirmations that Bia gave me, or we came up with together. I'm amazing and unforgettable. I'm a love magnet. Women chase and pursue me. Women drop all other men for me. Lily is mentally hooked on me. That's my SP, if you guys don't already know. I'm always attracting beautiful women into my world. I'm God of my reality. I always get whatever I want, and I get it fast. Every day is exciting, full of miracles. Women always have strong attraction to me. I'm very sexually desirable man. I'm flooded with Tinder matches. Every rejection I've experienced is rejected. I am a money magnet. Money always flows to me easy and effortlessly. What I desire desires me. Lily desires me. All those things happened. Yeah, yup. I told her, I'm like, that's the one who found you. Nick, my reflection is 200%. Nick, I've always been away, but your SP finally conformed to what you desired yet or deserve yet? Hope so. Pretty much, yeah. Actually, we had a conversation about it this weekend. It's my own thing that I was like, I was the one who created a negative situation this past week. Everything else has been going great. So now we're just like taking today to be by ourselves. We spent the weekend together. Intentions. I intend to get contact from Lily after this course. What was in the course? It was a session. For her to love and simp for me. Yeah, that happened. Intend to become a master manifester. Yeah, well, obviously we're on a channel now. Intend to be happy, healthy, and stable after this. Yep. Tend to have a huge response for my SP story on Reddit and a certain page. Yeah, that was a lot of the stuff. That's all back from when I first went there. Hank, I really want to hear your success. What's the video title? Oh, hold on. Bia, I'll give you the one with her success story. It was actually recorded during the last live. I usually record the week's worth of videos before. Let me pull up the video. Let me see if the new one's finished uploading yet. Nope. Where is it? Got to go to the creator studio. Oh, it's called She Got Her SP 10 Months and No Contacts / Circumstances Don't Matter. 2 weeks ago, we posted that one. If you wanted to check it out. Send that. Okay, cool. I'll send it right now. Share this video. Copy. I don't know how well it was. It's not very well polished. But I try. As you can see, I'm not always the most eloquent speaker. Yup, you did affirm for that. Bia, Yup was the one who affirmed. Her and Aurora, I haven't seen Aurora yet, but they both affirmed that they were going to find you and have you come and be a guest on the channel. And they were both messaging me the same day. What's up, Dave? How you doing, brother? Sorry, Bia, I'm trying to work and juggle the 3 kids. Not sure what. No, I sent it to her inked. I think Bia's handle is, if you click her name, you might go there, Dave. I was thinking about re-recording some of like the older videos and like kind of laying them out a little bit better. I'm trying to speak more eloquently, but also stay real too. The only thing with dressing up in the suit is my little homage to Neville wearing a suit. Or last week I dressed up nice, and I've been upgrading my fashion stuff. I'm wearing nicer things, like cheap shit, $10, $10, $30, little cheap shit, but to keep my mind like, okay, if I'm affirming for wealth, nothing has to be expensive, but you affirm for stuff, or you act as if it's already done. I'm going to write in my scheduling later on for this upcoming week's sessions. Once we finish up here, I can actually probably start knocking that out now while we're waiting for questions and ideas. Hey, so in my weekly planner, I didn't even write in it really last week. I only had like a couple sessions last week, and I was able to memorize them. But what did I write here? Miraculous money win / gift. Receive a gift or money. SP gave me 3 gifts for Valentine's Day because we did ours early and late. We didn't do it on the actual day. So yes, SP says I love you. That one hasn't happened. She pursues me. Yeah, she was pursuing me a lot more until I started acting like a jerk off and remembering old stories. Owning up to your issues is big. And then, damn, this week's already done. Bang, 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 bang. We didn't do shit scheduled then. So today's Monday. Weird having Mondays off. I hate this. But soon enough, be manifesting to run my own business. Today's Monday. Record videos. I'm gonna lift, and then here we go. We got more comments. But I'm getting back to there. You go, Dave. Yeah, see, it's hard sometimes to come off on like really negative things that fuck you up. But like I said, this whole week I was throwing the fuck off, negative, and the things that don't even matter have hit me. Like I started out with SP spiraling, then I went to work spiraling, then I popped my tire on my way to work on Friday, which wasn't my Friday, it was my Thursday. But then I got sick Friday night, and then I slept over at SP's house, didn't even do anything sexual. We just laid there, and I was just like, all right, everything's done. We could be fine. Boom, sleep, everything's good. Thank you, Bia. Yeah, finally, it's like everything. It's weird. 1 year ago, I wound up losing and getting her back like 2 other times since we talked. But like I said, I got everything I wanted after talking with her. And then I kind of thought, I'm going to do bigger and better. And then we kind of went off and did a whole crazy summer of like making comedy, getting really shredded in the gym, doing all kinds of things to self-better myself. Then I started like robotic. It was weird. It was affirmations. I'm like, she's going to contact me again. And I was angry. And I was actually ranting about her when she came back the last time in August. Around the time I started the channel, I was ranting about, I'm like, this bitch. I was talking to my mom. I'm like, this bitch. I'm like, how dare she? And then she'll go fuck somebody else. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm yelling. And then, ding, she was drunk. It sent me a message. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll pursue this and see where it goes. And then went well. And then around Christmas, we split for 2 weeks. And then those 2 weeks we were apart. I seen some other people in those times. And then we came back together. And then everything's been going great all the way up until this past week where I was the one wavering. And 100%, that's something where I could see in the 3D mentally everywhere that I fucked up. And boom, like I fucked up. And then now it's still, I feel like there's a strain to it, but that's something I had to take out, which is why it's like, okay, she wants to be left alone today. I ain't texting her no more. I'll wait to hear from her again. How many lives have I missed? Well, yep. I try to do one every Sunday or Monday. Seems like because SP's been spending every Saturday with me, Sundays are hard to do, but I'm off on Mondays, so Monday mornings I've been trying to do it. So I thought you were here last Monday as well. And then but before that, I took a week off because I got very drained. And then I think I was on a Sunday before that. I'm dead. It was true. I was like, this bitch, fuck her. And then boom, here we go. I keep hearing you in my head, Nick. Be careful what you wish for. Oh yeah, with your SP, I was like, be careful what you wish for. You know who I learned that from was Georgia when she came in the chat here. Georgia's been manifesting for 20 years, but she just found this channel. She's taking a social media detox right now. But actually, here's thought transmission. I thought about Georgia for 3 days because I hadn't seen her on the channel for a while. I was like, I wonder how Georgia is and this and that. And I was like, nothing like important, like, oh, I need her to come back to the channel, blah, blah, blah. I just kind of like thought, hey, how's Georgia doing and stuff. It's funny because like drinking must do something with the inhibitions or whatever. Maybe it's just a limiting belief. But she was drunk on vacation, reached out to me. She goes, I just got back on social media. I wanted to tell you that I'm sorry I haven't been around the channel. I'm glad to hear from you. I hope everything's going good. I want to try and get on and watch the videos. But she was the one who said, be careful what you wish for. And she said it in one of our lives to somebody who was wishing for it to be pursued by everybody. And then I joked and said, yeah, I'm pursued by a bunch of women. And then what happened? I got in the time where me and SP split for 2 weeks after Christmas or 3 weeks. I was pursued by so many women. And then there was the crazy one who you guys might remember that was like blowing me up all the time. And then that was a reflection of how I was. Like, that's what desperation looks like. And I guess I had to learn that to be like, oh, wow, this is how I was acting. This is pathetic. Like, I will never do this again. And then I did it the past week. I slipped back into it. But yeah, like Georgia said, be careful what you wish for. And then I just kind of grabbed that line. Damn, hot coffee. Let's see, we'll throw up the... What's tomorrow? 20th. I wanted to be here when she first joined because I wanted to see your reaction. I manifested a few $1,000s and got the job I want while finishing school. That's awesome. Yep. See, I'm glad. Like you were talking about that a few months ago, and then boom, look, it happened. And you're here for that too. This is the first time she's come in, and you were the one who found her. You and Aurora. I wish Aurora would come in, but watch now. They said that she's going to show up. My fears about telling SP2 this weekend happen. Oh well, little man, child will get over it and live more and love more. Starting an IOP mental program. That's awesome, Dave. Yeah, yep. It's very powerful with all her manifestations. She's gotten a lot of progress too. I remember every time. Oh, yep. You said you have a success story for us in the next live. So if you would like to tell your success story, I always like hearing yours. You seem to come into every live. Maybe it's just an assumption I have for you, but you come in with every live with some kind of success story. I believe you have one from, if I remember the comments correctly. And stop deleting your comments. Yep. If I don't reply to comments right away, it's because I only do it like once a week at times. But I read all the comments right away. But I like to take time to like leave a nice reply. Well, that's good. Hopefully it will be, after you complete that, you'll be able to go back and get your work done. You don't want to be the only one who leaves a comment. No, we don't give many comments anyway, so it's good. I told you, well, manifest out of it. Push yourself in the uncomfortable zone to manifest out of it. I don't think it will. You could affirm against it, Dave, and just say it's not going to affirm. It's not going to affect my desired state. And if anything, if it's just something you have to do to get back to work, it's no big deal. That's perfect. Yeah. See, sometimes just taking a break from everything. And I think I made a video about this. Take a break, take a breather, focus on yourself, focus on things you love, your passions and your goals. And then once you do that, it'll kind of like almost reset your mind and make you feel a lot better. Let me see if this video is up finally so you guys can check that one. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Why is it not working? Is it because we're live right now? That says 3 more minutes. We'll see what happens. We'll leave the phone open too just to make sure it goes. Then that video will be up. So once we get down from here, you guys got a video to go see. I like that one Naya too. She kind of like does her videos to she sets up her videos where like she goes had the video premieres and then after the premiere of the video she goes live or something like that. I know she kind of does them like where they coincide, or she does a live premiere where she talks on there. Oh, no problem. I like doing this. I'm trying to be here more like create this little community where I can do whatever I can and like a lot of people have reached out and stuff like that, and it's just a quicker way for me to be able to help everybody. And just question comes in, boom, answer it there, or get ideas for videos. Like I want to do a video on like my thoughts of coaching, which we talked. Oh, thank you, Bia. I'm trying. Sometimes it feels hard, but we work on it. So I was gonna do a video on my thoughts of coaching. I don't like doing repeat videos because you see so many channels where it's like one day it's like circumstances don't matter. A week later, circumstances don't matter again. It's like we just made this video last week. What opinions have changed? But I guess it's almost like people need a reminder, so it's nice. Thank you, Bia. Yeah, it's a complete 180. Last year I was fucking drinking a lot, feeling horrible about myself, not caring what happens to myself. Now I'm over here doing this and trying to help as many people as possible, and making at least some kind of difference. I feel like. Sorry, I sucked in a piece of cigar as I was going to thank you for the compliment. It's nice to meet this new version of you. Well, thank you. This new version is very happy to meet you and help. I'm glad you helped him get to where he is. What else could we talk about? See, I got these old video things, success stories. I want to tell this success story, but I don't fully have his full success on it. But from what I do know, my friend, he has this assumption about himself, or at least I have it for him because of all his success. Everything he does, he makes money with. I said something about, go to the thrift store, find little cheap ass things, and then some of them will be worth money, and then you could sell them and make money. And he found a $6 painting that was worth $800. He had a free jacket that somebody gave him. It wound up being worth $200 and selling it for $200. So it's like money was coming easy, effortlessly, and all that stuff. And he actually, as we talk about him, he mentioned me in a Facebook post right now. This is like truly alive for the ages right now. Failure and manifestations. I think we did a video like that already. Being aware of your. So I started doing this one before, being aware of the mental diet. And I remember that was the one where I lost my focus during the video because it was during the live where I felt very drained, and the video was just ass. So being aware of mental diet. And then what other ideas do we have? Messing with the middle. Well, messing with the middle is a very good topic. But we'll do / messing with the middle versus inspired action. Balls to the wall manifesting t-shirt. I'm sorry, that was random. I just don't have a good design for that one. I think that one is better than the Mystic Manifesting shirt, actually, because so many people have requested it. And I told my friend who I was referencing his success story about it. He goes, I want the balls to the wall manifesting shirt. And because my nickname was always Nicky Balls because of a film that we did, or a little, like it was a joke. We had a joke, and my first viral video I did, which is only semi-viral, had like between like 15, 16,000 views, I think. And it's when the Many Saints of Newark was being made, and I wanted to audition to play young Tony Soprano. Horrible, horrible video. He's like, oh, you sound just like him. Here's my interpretation of how I do the voice. Listen here, I got Uncle June up my fucking ass right now. So that was the line I used, and the whole like scene set up. He did a voiceover. He goes, my name is Nicky Big Balls. And he did the voiceover for it. And so Nicky Balls, and then I say balls to the wall manifesting. And then you guys want it on the shirt. So he's like, I need Nicky Big Balls on a shirt. He goes, I want Nicky Big Balls to the wall manifesting. So we'll get the shirts made. Here's my idea for it. I don't know if I could draw it. Hold on. I'm not an artist. What? All right. Looks like shit. Okay. Okay, very lazy. But like, what if we do it where it's like balls and then there's a wall and they're like smashed on the wall? I'm like, is that appropriate? But then we also talk about not giving a fuck what people think. But I don't want a bunch of people walking around with ball sacks on a shirt smashed on a wall. People are like, what does that mean? Oh, it's balls to the wall manifesting, mystic manifesting. Yeah, Nicky Balls just out there slamming his balls against the wall. I lay my back on my eyes closed, visualize my board, view the letter, and approved every time I see evidence against it. I would say that's like Neville with the getting out of the army. Yep, that's a good one. Lay my back with my eyes closed and visualize my board review approval letter coming back as approved, just like how he would say approved on the thing. Yeah, Inked, are you working on a design? Because Inked actually was trying to design a logo for the channel, because right now it's just me with my little mustache and goatee. Back when I had that style. That's not. Oh, and then you'd say out loud, that's not how that happens. Then I would scramble my thought and start over, reopening my letter approved. That's exactly how you do it. Then one day I felt like I should get online and check to see. I like where the story is going. Yup, your stories are always like, it's like a little paragraph, and then like by the time the next one comes, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm waiting. And then, well, we could do a video too on persistence, because that seems to be such a big topic lately. And then I want to talk about a success story, but it's not. It would be like a 2-second video, because my client the other day, she was trying to. She's like, "Oh, I want to coach with you once a week," and my thing is, yes, it's good money if you want to pay me each week to coach, but I always tell people, you don't need me more than once. And it's just for me to undo your blocks and find out whatever, and like kind of push you to that point of achieving. Like, this goes back on my thoughts on coaching. However, if you feel like, and she's like, well, I already know how to manifest stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe it's just like talking, checking in, like a form of therapy. I'm like, cool. I mean, if you could afford it, it's not a big deal. You want to do it. You were trying to pay another coach to do it and they wouldn't do it. And you really think it's going to help? Cool. Well, here's her success story. I actually have 3 like this. They have next day success. Right after we get off the phone, like the next day, they tell me, oh, guess what? SP contacted me. And it's literally because they've just unblocked it. Manifestation is instant. Dylan James says that. Manifestation is instant. And it is instant. And they have their results the next day. And yeah, there's still work to be done, because sometimes when you get it like that, it's like almost too easily gifted. And then sometimes you wind up losing it and stuff like that. Persist is key. I get negative thoughts. But then I'm like, no, damn it. Shut up, Karen. It's no fucking way. If they had made a determination, it said they had, but it wouldn't tell me anything about it. I visualized it again as an overlay on the screen, and I refreshed the page and it said approved. I love that. Yep. See, it's like at the end, it's like where you don't think you got it, and then boom, it's right there. It's already there. I love that. And so, yeah, I want to do that. And then because persistence has been such a big thing, we talk about, I did make a video on this, deconstructing. That was the Joseph Murphy thing, where nothing's really a big deal. And I talked about getting unblocked in the other video, so I don't know if that's really a big video to do, because getting unblocked kind of goes with getting your SP, but it all happens all at once. Like, it all just kind of, like, the train keeps rolling. And I see that train keep rolling. Johnny Cash. Resentment and forgiveness. I kind of did a video on that again before. I think I may have even done it twice. Manifesting technique challenge. Well, I tried the manifesting technique challenge and nobody wanted to play the game, so we're not going to do that. I said, climb the damn ladder, and everyone's like, no, we're going to do SP. So, okay, never mind. We're not going to climb no damn ladders. I can't do that one because I climb a ladder every day at work. Revision. Mindless affirming. Well, we did that. Mindless affirming / robotic. This is what I'm saying with teaching manifesting. There's only so many goddamn videos you can make. I was considering another session. Oop, I'm burning my desk with Tom Kieran, but like you said, I know what you are. Yeah, I like Tom Kieran a lot. I was gonna get a session just to talk with him because I like Tom Kieran a lot. And like we talked about earlier, Tom is a very wise guy. He knows a lot of shit. So I like that. Oh, Inked, if you want to find Bia's channel, I don't know if this works, but if you click her name, it might pop up. What I need to do is ignore the 3D and focus on my desired state. Yes, just focus on the desired state. Like the 3D doesn't matter. Like I said, I was dating my SP for so long before everything turned out right. And even right now, when we're together, if I want to change the circumstance of what it is, I already know what I have to do. And this is more purposely me being hard-headed because after 6 times, like, do I really want this? It's like, yes. Do I like her? Yes. Do we get along? Yes. Do we have a lot of history? Yes. But to me, is it worth it? Do I want to keep putting in effort? Like Joe Dispenza always says, do I put work into relationships? No, I only manifest the ones who are like natural to me. So it's like, for me, would I prefer somebody who's more spiritually minded, wants to make videos with me, wants to pursue things and do similar stuff to me, versus somebody who I have to kind of convince and have to keep manifesting and doing stuff. And it's like, yeah, do you not want to let go of that person in the history? Yeah, that's very important. But at the end of the day, I've not been doing any affirmations, anything for her. I just kind of let it go. I'm literally letting the universe take the course with this, and whatever happens, happens. And I know if I want her back later, I could do it no matter what. So I leave it alone. I remember you said to repeat the topics different ways to help people understand. That's true. Yeah, Ink, I guess I could go back and do that again. And I do want to do one. I have to get the ring from the other house, but one of my first videos was manifesting the ring, which was my first manifesting thing. I didn't even know how to manifest. I was in high school, and this the brief footnote Cliff Notes version of it was my school color was maroon, so we had to pick a maroon ring. I was like, I want blue, but I filled out the paperwork and said maroon and blah blah blah. And my grandma was like, well, too bad. I know the blue would have looked nice. I'm like, yeah, but I got a blue ring already. And I kept saying it to joke around and blah blah blah, and then I would picture myself with the ring. I kept picturing the ring as blue. I pictured what it would look like, but a blue gem. And then I didn't know how to manifest. I didn't know anything about it. I knew the law of attraction, picture, just be happy and good things happen. It's not direct visualization. Like a good thing could happen to me somewhere else. It's just very general. And then next thing you know, during the ring ceremony, they approach me and they say, can we talk to you? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, they're going to tell me about the ring being blue. It's like, your ring is blue. I started smiling. Like, what? And they're like, just don't show your family. We'll take it back and we'll get it. I'm like, it's okay, blue. Like, no. You have to change it to maroon. That's the school color. And it was right before we were going to graduate. So I'm like, oh, for sure. And then they kept, after I got the ring, like, okay, we'll take it back now. I'm like, oh yeah, I just want to show my family real quick. And then I just dipped. And then everybody wanted to buy the ring off me. And they're like, oh, you're so much better. But it had football and wrestling on it. It's like half of you guys don't even do any of that. And anyway, the ring was blue. And I just kept picturing a blue ring every time I thought about it. And I didn't even know how to manifest. So whatever you visualize, it will come. Whatever you affirm for, it will come. Now the job I want, I just called the owner of the company and said I haven't applied, but I want to work there. He gave me I gave him my credentials, and he said he thinks the position is coming up. I got dibs. Perfect. Yep. See, everything you want comes right there. There you go, Dave. That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting that thought process right now. I think everyone needs to still try the ladder experiment. It took me 2 months for it to happen exactly. See, and that's where time doesn't come in. You have to release the time because it does. My ring is blue. SP and I each have a teenager. Now they were 5 and 8 when we met, so it's like I'm manifesting a whole new family in a way, not just because the kids are a part of the package. Well, see, then that's what you feel like. Feel like what it would be like to live in a house with 2 teenagers there and with him, and how you guys have to discipline these kids together because when they're going to start acting up as teenagers and doing bullshit and stuff like that, and how you're going to deal with that. I like that, BS. See, if I could dance, I would do that too, but I dance like a Goomba. I don't I don't have any dance moves. And my singing, I don't know, not the best. I could sing like I don't know, like a shitty dollar store version of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, or I'll do some Johnny Cash. My SP loves me no matter what. I do it while I'm working out, like when I'm on the treadmill or something. There's a page called Alpha Affirmations on YouTube. I forgot who. I think it was one of my clients was using it, and he usually doesn't come to the lives, but he was on there, and it's really good. I like it. Like, well, it's a guy with a deep voice, like, I am God of my reality. All people desire to be around me. I am unstoppable. That's my app. It's called Manifest that I have. And every hour it sends you a motivational thing. I am kind to myself, so be kind to yourselves. But yeah, I like that. Like physically moving the body. That's why I say work out. Like Bia, you doing the dancing and singing is like you're feeling the affirmations to a degree. It feels like because you're more into it. Like you become one with them. It's weird that like I don't know how to explain it, but like same thing while I'm doing cardio and doing it. Bia, sing my affirmations. Like I went on. Our kids are close and still talk, but SP and I are in no contact. Like I said, it's kind of weird. Well, don't think about that though. Don't think about being in no contact. You are in contact. This thing's too small now. There's a dirty joke to be made there, but I won't. You've done that a bit. I'm a musician anyway, so it seemed natural to sing them. Oh, you've done that a bit too. See, yeah, for me, it's, you know who does that too is Tone with Simply Manifesting because he's a rapper too, so he'll sing them as well. Space and same 18 and 10, 8-year-old daughters manifest our loving family together. See, yeah, it's at the end, picture that family back together or together and how it would be like to live in that household and be like, I remember when we weren't. I remember, wow, this was like, I've used I remember when a lot too. Yeah, use our history to help build the new story. I remember when we used to hang out as a family. Yeah, because you could jump back into that feeling. We have great chemistry as a family and not just SPNI. See, that's awesome. When you've already had experience with the person, I feel like it's a leg up. Like you can feel it more easily, effortlessly, and naturally, you know? I'm trying to think what else I could do today. So, persisting over a month, failed man. Yeah, so we can do another thing about failed manifestations. Like Ink said, it's like sometimes just hearing it again in a different light or as a reminder. Failed manifesting. Because my main thought on it is you never failed. It's just you're not being patient enough with it. Like it's coming. You're just not waiting on the bridge enough. Sometimes the bridge is longer. Like I've had really long success times or really quick. Like my SP seems to always happen within 2 months. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, there's never a failure. It's like, well, I mean, I just read the stuff that me and Bia wrote a year ago. Some things on this are not done yet, but stuff that I haven't even looked at since we talked. Like I said, I write down my mini manifestations, my affirmation stuff, and I go back like a couple months later. I'm like, wow, that happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. Wow, I didn't think I was this far. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because I've done that a few other times since me and Bia talked with the mini manifestations, and you'll see how many things actually come in. Maybe now that you reread them, they will happen today. Yeah, watch me like stop to go visit my friends later on today, and there's a slot machine there. I hit big, I hit a jackpot or something, make another $1,000, or whatever. Or I see the other cars that weren't in there. Or I mean, look, even the one with a gift. Like I had one where SP shares me. I didn't have it on the time when we talked Bia, but a little while later I wrote one. I'm like, SP always gives me gifts, which has been giving me gifts on like every holiday and shit like that. We did Christmas together this year. We did all these other things together and things worked out nicely. And what do you call it? Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, man, all these things, like they all happen. So there's never a failure. It's always success. Once you've thought about it, it's going to happen. And if it's negative, I feel like the positive ones, and at least an affirmation or belief I have is the positive ones always come into fruition a lot faster, or like a lot, like you're more successful with positive than negative, unless you're really in that negative. Like, you know, what's funny this whole week when you'll feel it in your body too. Like when I finally relaxed after dropping SP off last night, my chest loosened up, my back loosened up because I'm like, she said a bunch of stuff to reaffirm me things are working out. but I spiraled off this week. So I was like, man, perfect. Everything's good. So I'm studying material for months. Having faith, taking SP off the pedestal, and the embodiment of the desired state. Yes. Because my SP, I mean, Bria will attest to it. I thought she was like the greatest thing in the world. Now I see it's like, I've met other women and stuff, and there's like, there's a lot of people better off than her. So, I mean, if I don't wind up with her, that's why it's like I don't want to put any more work into it personally. If it happens, it happens. And it's like, it's hard because you do have that history. You do want to try again with that person. But it's like all the other things you can manifest, why not manifest those things instead? So, like success with your goals, your hobbies, like Dave, you talked about snowboarding. I don't know. I've never snowboarded before, but I don't know what you could do, a tournament or something like that. Or like I do fighting and stuff. So I thought about them like sign up for a fight or try to get a role as an actor somewhere in someone else's film or make a short film or do something towards my goals where it's like you suffocate SP. And I've been the one to do it. And then I've had that little brief interlude between me and SP where I found someone else and she suffocated the fuck out of me. And I learned, Jesus Christ, is this how I've been acting? God damn it. So there's that too. Trying to think what else do we got? So I got some ideas for this week. I usually like to record my videos during the live, but it's hard because I do get distracted because I'm wanting to, like, you're bouncing back and forth from this to that and this to that. Like I set my phone up right here, I do it there, and then I come over here and I answer questions, I go back and do it again. So let's see if that other video uploaded so that way there's at least one today. Yep, there we go. The big money manifestation. We got one view on it already. So that one's done. So we have a video for Monday and we got to do our live. Perfect. Now let's see what my success story man tagged me in. Let's see. Oh, damn, it's been almost 2 hours. So I guess, I mean, I was going to pop on for an hour real quick. I've still got to get to the gym. I still got to record our videos and stuff for the week. So I guess we'll start going into the wrap up. I guess, Bia, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining us. It's amazing to have you here. This is that's why I think I stay on extra long today, which they're usually like 2-3 hours actually sometimes. But today I stayed on a little bit longer because Bia showed up and I'm glad you came in, and this is actually a fulfilled manifestation for me. I mean, look, it's right here in the book. The last thing I was going to ask you, do you want to collab without me even having a channel? Right there. Channel collab. Thank you so much. And I'll be sending people your way to your channel too because you helped me so much, and I hope that you'll be able to pop in. Usually on Mondays, we try to go early Monday live. It's either Sunday night or Monday morning. I need to get better with talking in the community tab, but if you would love to come back and give your advice, we try to have this little community here where everybody's building each other up and, you know, learning and give like advice to each other. That's perfect. Awesome. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll stay in touch, and very thankful for you to have joined. And it's all good, Ink. We're going to be wrapping up in a second anyway. So anyway, I'm aiming to do the next live probably, as of now, we're going to call it next Monday morning again, or Monday early afternoon, like where we are right now. And for those of you who are out like on BS time, much love to you as well. I'll be posting a video each day this week. Hopefully, I think I got a few more chambered up, but I'll get them done. I'm in my suit already, so I'll sit down and get these videos ready, and we'll get the videos for the week ready. And I'll make this announcement now. I'm going to be writing a program and about how to get your SP back, and because I know not everybody could afford like the $100 an hour, so I'm trying to make it a little bit cheaper, like 85, I guess, or something, for just a program that you could always have to look back and reference. And it's like, those are what I've done. And if you're interested in what I've done and you think it will help, like I said, just buying the course or buying the coaching just to unlock it in your own head. I'm not saying you need it because you don't need it, but it was an idea I've been playing with. So I think this week I might try to draw that up. And then, yeah. So we appreciate you too, Dave. And yeah, so I think I'll try to draw that up this week, and then we'll go live again next Monday. I'll drop a video each day. And thank you for our special guest, Bia. Thank you for everyone who's participated as usual. And yeah, I got the comments, so I always go in circles towards that. But I love you guys a lot. Thank you for the positive comments. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you around.